Welcome to the Food Safety Awareness Training on Clause 13, which is Personal Hygiene and Employee Facilities. So, food safety starts with people. Every action we take, from washing our hands to wearing clean protective clothes, playing a critical role in preventing contamination and protecting our products. This training will guide you through the essential hygiene requirements expected of everyone working in or entering food production areas. And also, if you comply with this requirement, you can successfully pass your FSSC certification. So, whether you are an employee, contractor, or visitor, these requirements help ensure that we consistently produce safe food for our customers. So let's begin. So just before going into the main topic, I had some intro like I do in every training. FSSC 22000 scheme is consist of three parts, which is ISO 22000, sector PRPs, and third is additional requirements. In this series, we are discussing about what are PRPs, and we are discussing them one by one. Today we are discussing clause 13, which is personal hygiene and employee facilities, and this clause 13 consists of 7 sub clauses, and we are going to discuss them one by one. So let's begin with our main topic. So clause 13.1 is general requirements. Every food production area present different food safety risks. Because of this, hygiene requirements must be based on the level of risk associated with the process or product. The organization establish hygiene rules, documents them clearly, and ensure they are communicated to everyone. So when I say documented, mean must be some SOP or instructions or something. These documented requirements apply equally to employees, contractors, and visitors. You should mention that in your recipe too. Everyone entering production area is responsible for following the same hygiene standard. So, food safety is a shared responsibility. Whether you are a full time employee, a maintenance contractor, or a visitor, you must comply with the site's documented hygiene requirements before entering into the production area. And following these rules helps prevent contamination and protects both our products and our customers. The clause 13.2 is personal hygiene facilities and toilets. So, adequate appropriate facilities should be available and maintained. The first is very normal. We all know hand washing stations. So, hand washing stations should provide adequate hand hygiene. Soap and sanitizer should always be available. Remember, try to avoid color or scent in the sanitizer. Scent is not absolutely allowed at all, but in case of color, you have to have food graded certificate if you are using colors. It's better to avoid the color in the soap or in the hand sanitizer. The third is hygienic drying. So, paper towels or the air drying facility should be available next to the hand washing station. And the location of the hand washing station should be near to the production area and wherever it's required to use. And part 2 for personal hygiene facilities and toilets is like hygienic toilet should be available. What does it mean? It should be clean, well ventilated, and supplied with toilet paper, soaps, and hand drying facilities. And changing facilities should have adequate equipment inside, like out of workwear and storing personal item is not allowed, should not be allowed. And then remember, toilets should not directly open to the production site. It's a major non-compliance. And the last one is separate hand washing station from the equipment cleaning area. And you have to label them and also use them accordingly. And remember, if the cleaning station is next to the hand washing station, they should be physically separated. Otherwise, it is going to be an other non-compliance as well. Now, clause 13.3, staff canteens and designated eating areas. Eating and drinking are only permitted in designated areas. Staff canteens must be managed hygienically to prevent cross contamination with production areas. Prepared food should be stored, cooked, and served under controlled conditions. Employees must also store and consume their own food only in the designated eating areas. These controls help prevent contamination from entering food production environment. The next clause 13.4 is workwear and protective clothing, like what do you need to wear and when. So, protective clothing is an important barrier against contamination. Anyone working in or entering food handling areas must wear clean, suitable workwear that is in the good condition. Protective clothing must only be used for food safety purpose and should never be worn for unrelated activities. Like once you're done handling with food activities, you should dispose the PPEs, and once you again start working in the production area, wear them again. Workwear should not have buttons or outside pockets above waist level, and it must be cleaned regularly according to the company procedures. You have to define the frequency, how frequent you clean them and how you clean them. Proper workwear helps protect both the product and the employee. This is the second part of clause 13.4, where it says hair, beards, and mustache must be fully covered whenever required to prevent contamination. Gloves used for food contact should always be cleaned and in good condition. Where possible, latex gloves should be avoided. And then footwear must be fully enclosed and made from non-absorbent material suitable for food production. Any additional personal protective equipment must be maintained in hygienic condition and used correctly to prevent contamination. Health status is the clause 13.5, and employee health is an important part of food safety. Where required by law or company procedures, employees may undergo medical examination before beginning food contact work. In some countries, by law, it's required that employees must have medical examination once a year or twice a year, but there are some countries where they don't have such requirements. So you have to define the frequency, and remember the frequency could be equal to law, cannot be less stringent than that. Like if law said twice, you cannot write in your SAP once a year. You can say 3 times, but not one. So follow the regulations. An additional medical assessment may also be carried out at interval determined by the organization, like you whatever you mention in your SOPs. These assessments helps ensure that employees working with food do not pose a risk to product safety. The next clause is illness and injuries, which is 13.6. If you become ill, report it immediately to your supervisor. Symptoms such as diarrhea, vomit, fever, jaundice, infected skin lesions, or discharge from eyes, ears, nose may require you to be excluded from food handling duties. And if you have cuts or wounds, they must be completely covered using the specified dressing before handling food, and it should be clearly visible. If a dressing becomes loose or is lost, report it immediately. And prompt reporting helps prevent food contamination and protects everyone. The clause 13.7 is personal cleanliness. So, what does it mean? Personal cleanliness is essential for every day. Wash and where required, sanitize your hand before starting food handling activities. Always wash your hands immediately after using the toilet, blowing your nose or cleaning your nose, handling potentially contaminated material like food waste. And avoid sneezing or coughing over food or food contact surfaces, and never spit in the production areas. Keep your fingernails clean and trimmed to minimize contamination risk. And good hygiene habits protect both our product and our customers. The last clause is 13.8, which is personal behavior. And personal behavior directly affects food safety. Like smoking, eating, drinking, and chewing are only permitted in the designated areas. So first thing is your policy should say it's not allowed in the production area, but at the same time there must be designated areas for smoking and everything. Otherwise it can be a non-compliance as well. So personal items such as medicines or smoking materials should only be kept in approved lockers. Nail polish, artificial nails, false eyelashes, and writing pens behind the ears are not permitted in food handling areas. Personal lockers should be kept clean and free from rubbish or dirty clothes. Food contact equipment must be stored, and food contact equipment must never be stored inside the personal lockers. Following these behavioral rules helps maintain a safe and a hygienic workplace. Thank you for watching this video. Remember, food safety is not only about procedures and equipments, it begins with personal responsibilities. And by maintaining good hygiene, wearing the correct protective clothing, reporting illness promptly, and following workplace rules, each of us plays an essential role in protecting our products, our customers, and our reputation. Every safe product starts with safe people. Thank you for your commitment for the food safety. I will come back with the new video and the new topic. Thank you so much. If you have any comment or questions, feel free to comment in the comment section.